This podcast was recorded on the land of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Mad About You, and we are stoked to have you with us. We appreciate you checking in each week, every time she does it. Guys, this week on the pod, Jad is going to be quizzing me on my knowledge around trends and weird sayings that she's learned on TikTok.
Guys,
because
it's
I'm not
slang.
really slang. Okay,
It's
I'm not
brain rot slang.
Awesome. I can't wait for this episode. I'm not really on TikTok as much as Jad. She learns a lot of her life lessons from there, so she wants to quiz me on a couple of them. And then our Ask Mum and Dad is a really good one today. We are speaking on whether or not you should tell your partner if you dislike your engagement ring. But before that, we obviously need to start with a bit of a dating story. And it's a short one, and it's more, I just want to get your opinion on this dating scenario that my mate encountered earlier this week. Now, a friend of mine, he met the girl on a dating app. They were chatting. They were getting along quite swimmingly. He said the chat was good. They met up, and he said almost instantly, he said he'd been a little bit catfished. Maybe she'd, over-edited her photos. She didn't quite look the way she looked in her photos. He said that the chat was quite minimalistic and they weren't really vibing. And he said within about 15 to 20 minutes, they might have had one drink. He kind of said like, look, I'm not really feeling this. I'm going to call it a night. Like, it was lovely to meet you. You appreciate your time, but see you later. And, that to me, I was like, oh, fuck, that's pretty forward. Like, that's a lot,
Yeah.
and it just kind of got me thinking, like, is that the right thing to do? Like, is that normal? Is that nice? Are you saving face? Are you saving time and effort and energy? Or, is it disrespectful? And should you give the person the benefit of the doubt and sit there for the hour, 2-3 hour date and sort of give them more of a chance and get to know them? So what's your hot take?
I think, look, I'd like to think that it's the way that everyone should handle those situations because it's more practical, right?
Of course.
But it is, I think I'd be offended. However, I have been in a scenario myself where someone had like friend zoned me at the end of the date. However, the end of the date was after a sleepover. So nothing happened. It was just, I'd already taken my overnight bag. I was younger then, so I probably lied about where I was staying to whichever parent's house I was at the time. And the next day I was kind of like, hey, because I wasn't really getting any vibes from him. I was like, have I been friend zoned? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. And I kind of wish that he told me that when it was still daylight and I could have just gone home.
Maybe he didn't know. Maybe it took him 10 hours to realise.
The vibes were off from pretty early on. And like I said, wish he was a bit more honest. So I don't know. It's a tricky one.
I think some people might be okay with it, but I think it would also, potentially shatter some people, like that perhaps aren't as confident. And it's already, it takes a lot for them to go out on a date. And I can also appreciate, like, let's say when we go out to places, you and I, it takes you a lot longer to get ready than myself. I sort of pop in the shower, chuck on the clothes. You're, doing your hair, doing your makeup, picking out an outfit, picking out another one, picking out another 12.
Okay, yeah.
As in, like, it takes a lot of time. So I can appreciate that, perhaps this girl put in quite a lot of effort getting ready and took a lot of time, and she was excited to have a dinner out and chat to someone, even if it wasn't, Mr. Forever. It's like, yeah, I can understand both sides. Me being, a practical and efficient person, I don't hate hey, this is not for me and see you later in 20 minutes.
But is that then selfish, Should you, like you said, someone's put a lot of effort in to get ready and go out. Should you just see it out, or do you just lie?
I don't think that I would call it early, if I'm being completely honest. I think I'd be too soft. Like, I'd be too scared about really
you didn't call it
them.
early when you found out about what's her name dating the jailbait.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you listen to that story, I think it was the last episode, that was wild, and I did not leave the date. But I just think I have been on a couple of dates where I've been really disappointed and unengaged with the chat.
I don't think I've ever left early either.
Oh, this is not a vibe. And in the moment, I'm like, oh, this is hard, and I'm itching to, I'm asking a lot of questions, not getting anything back. There's no banter, there's no laughs, and you think to yourself in your moment, you're like, well, I won't be doing this next weekend, So
I think the nice thing to do is probably just lie. Yeah. Like,
what do you mean?
Sorry,
Example?
my cat's cat's sick or the sink's flooding. My roommate just called me sink's flooding.
Wait, so you think it's better to be dishonest than honest?
In this scenario, probably, if you're not seeing them ever
No,
again.
I think you either stay or you're honest. I don't think dishonesty is the right path
I don't
forward.
know. I don't mind a lie in this scenario. I think there's a place for lying.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, speaking, I admire my mate for doing this because
Yeah.
I almost wish I could
That's
do it.
what I
you
mean.
know? Like,
It's practical.
But he is unbelievably honest and sometimes too
Good on him.
honest to the point where it's, it could be construed as
Okay.
harsh. So
Yeah.
perhaps that is this. But yeah, as much as I kind of admire it and, I think it's a lot of time and energy saved. And perhaps she was thinking the same thing. Who knows? But yeah, me personally, I think I would have to stick out the date and then, give him a polite message or call or something afterwards and go, hey, like, look, appreciate your time, but this is not for me. So
Yeah,
good luck
just
on
write
your
it
hunt for
out.
love.
Write it out. And, I went on that date where I wasn't really vibing my time with that guy and we ended up having a fun time going ghost hunting. So you never know where the date's going to go.
Sure. Not your forever, but your forever Ghostbusters friend. Sure. All right, guys, that's my conundrum for this week to start off the app. But yeah, feel free to, as always, DM or email us in if you have any thoughts on the topic or if you've experienced something similar.
Guys, I thought it would be hilarious today if we ran Locke through some very commonly used slang from the interweb because I have realised he doesn't know anything. Gee, sweetheart.
It's not about not knowing anything. It's about not wanting to fill my brain with rubbish.
No. Sometimes you do the old brain rot, scroll on TikTok and just absorb a bit of that sweet language.
No, I don't mind rotting my brain and relaxing, but I definitely wouldn't choose doom scrolling on TikTok
Locke's
as my
idea
way of
of
doing it.
brain rot is listening to a lecture or a political debate.
No, but I like with TikTok, for example, I open the app, I click on our messages, I click on your photo, and then I check your page. If you've not put up anything, I'm jumping off.
Okay, well, I send you 30 videos a day, so I'm at least glad you're checking those. But look, we're going to jump right in and I'm going to quiz you on internet slang.
We don't need to do the episode. You're going to quiz me. I'm not going to know anything.
Okay, we're kicking things off. This one's pretty easy.
Oh,
What is the meaning of delulu?
oh, that's kind of just delusional, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
It's like blind delusion, though. Like you've got no bloody idea and you just...
I'm confused. Is that a trend or are you just asking me to define words?
Yeah, I'm asking you to define these words that are trending.
Is this a spelling bee or what are we doing?
No, yeah, you're providing the
Okay,
definitions.
delulu is delusion, guys.
Okay, please use it in a sentence.
Is the whole episode going to be like this?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Wait,
Okay.
that's it. We're just finished.
No, that was it. You got it right. I'm really surprised. You kicked things off with a
Wait,
W.
you're surprised that I got
Delulu.
delusion from Delulu.
Well, I've said some things, honey, in passing, and you've gone, what's that? And it's surprising to me that you didn't know.
Oh, skibbity toilet riz. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means because they're not even real words.
Okay. We're moving on. I don't know that you'll know this one. I actually don't even know how to say it properly.
Okay.
So, guys, sorry if I'm not saying this right. Gyat.
What?
Gyat.
Gyat?
Yeah. Gyat.
How do you spell it?
G-Y-A double T or
Use it in a
G-Y-A-T?
sentence. This is turning into a spelling bee.
Okay.
Gyat.
Damn, look at that gyat.
I don't know. Is that a gun or something? A gat?
That's a Glock.
Or ghee? Isn't that like an animal fat they use for cooking?
Well, how have you made this intellectual? Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to like Delulu. I got delusion, right?
Keep
So
going.
it's just like a logical
Damn, look
conclusion.
at that gyat.
Gat is a gun. That's what they call a gun. So damn, look at that gun.
It's not a gun, sweetie.
Gat.
Come on.
Girl, maybe?
Okay, we're getting
Like-
hotter.
Well, it just starts with G. So
We're getting hotter. All right, I'm going to read you the...
Hot girl, maybe? I don't know.
I'm going to... Warmer. I'm going
Like
to read you...
absolute saucy minx?
Here's the definition. Gyat, or gyat, different spelling, is a slang term that is used to express strong excitement, surprise, or admiration. Gyat is most commonly used as an exclamation in reaction to seeing a large butt, and may be used as a noun to mean a large butt.
What? Who comes up with these?
I think like maybe, honestly, 11-year-olds.
But don't we already have terms for...
There's new ones. There's all these new ones. It's very exciting for the internet.
What, the 11-year-olds couldn't keep up?
No, not with the skivvity toilet.
But like, you know, let's say, for example, in the past, you would describe someone with a good bum as like, oh, buns, you know, they got good buns or something.
No, this
it makes sense because it literally looks like,
this is the new buns.
Dinner rolls or something.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't look like gyat, does it? So what is it? I don't understand. Why would 11-year-old... You know, if someone makes something up and it doesn't make sense, we don't have to bring it into culture. Like, it doesn't have to be a moment.
It's
if someone
there,
said,
honey.
oh, that looks
You can't
gyat,
slow
you can
it
just
down.
go, you're an idiot. Shut up. That's not joining in.
You can't slow it down. It's already
Isn't that like in Mean Girls?
That is so fetch. Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
That's what we need more of. When people bring up
agree.
these stupid terms, you just go, that's not happening.
Look, I didn't write them, honey. I'm just relaying them.
Yeah, but you watch the content.
We're moving on. What does spill the tea mean? You learnt this recently.
Spill the tea, like, tell me the goss.
Yes, good job. Ding, ding,
That's
ding.
not internet speak. That's just a term that's been around for decades. Probably millennia, actually.
I said
Spill
it the other
tea.
day and you had no idea.
I thought you actually spilt your tea.
Are you
Because I've been
serious?
making you that breastfeeding tea.
Okay. All right. Well,
And can't you also say spill the beans?
it's tea. This one's tea, sweetie. Leave the beans in
Man,
the cupboard.
this is the easiest test I've ever done.
All right. We're moving on. What is a Rizzler?
I don't know, it reminds me of like a Batman villain or something. Rizzler.
Is that your final answer?
Well, I know that Riz is meant to be like charisma, right?
sort
so
of.
a Rizzler
Yeah.
would be, I don't know, someone who's charismatic.
A Rizzler is an extremely confident, charming, and seductive person. The individual has confidence, or Riz, to approach anyone and ask them out or spark a conversation. Calling someone a Rizzler online is typically a compliment.
Where I'm confused where you get these definitions from. Like,
Oh,
it's not
some of them
it's
are-
not dictionary.com.
Some of them are. Okay, we're moving on. What does I have receipts? If you're saying that, what are you trying to say?
I don't know, you keep tabs on your shopping? You're good at budgeting?
You're good at budgeting.
I don't know, you like the 4-cent petrol discount on the bottom?
Is that your final answer?
Do you know, oh my gosh, that is the best memory ever that's just popped into my mind.
The best memory ever. All right, guys, strap in.
One of my best mates, when we worked at the club, he went home with this girl, and sorry guys, we're breaking into
Okay,
the story
all right,
here.
pause.
He went home with this girl, one night stand vibe, you know, and they slept together, and he said that in the morning he really wanted to get out because he had not he had a bad time or anything. He needed to go because he wanted to do a few things and then had to get back to work in the afternoon. And he said that she made him breakfast, you know, like really nice gesture, like got up and made him breakfast. And he was kind of like, look, I'm really sorry. I can't have breakfast. I need to go. And she said to him, will you at least take this petrol docket with a discount, you know, because I wanted to thank you for coming over last night. And he told me that, and I was like, that's got to be a joke. Like, that didn't actually happen, but that happened. And I was like,
She paid
she
him
sounds really sweet.
for his
Is that
services.
prostitution?
Sounds like it.
Not really. Giving him a discount on a product that he may or may not purchase.
I don't think it matters how cheap or expensive
I
it
don't
is.
hate it. I'd take the docket.
Of course you would.
You
love a cheeky
sorry,
discount.
back to keeping
Back
receipts.
to the I have receipts.
I have receipts. I don't know. It means that you're keeping, you know, tabs on things. So maybe you have evidence of something. or-
Yes, having proof or evidence of something.
Oh, okay.
Good job. You're doing such a good job.
Why did you say that so patronizing? though?
Sorry, didn't mean to. Okay, what is being very demure and very mindful?
Well, you've said half of the definition of demure at the end. It's being mindful, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's a bit more to it.
Being demure. Isn't it like demure mean like shy?
No.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Demure's not shy. I think the actual definition is like kind of elegant and
Do you think that's the definition, or do you know?
No.
Because I'm pretty sure.
Spitballing.
I'm pretty sure that the definition of demure is shy and like mindful.
I think demure is like composed.
I'm actually gonna look it up right now.
Sorry, everyone.
You can't ask me these questions
Cut
and
the
not have
cameras.
the answers for me. Okay, demure, define. Reserved, modest, and shy. Typically used of a woman, a demure young lady.
Good on you. I love learning from you.
Wait, so you're teaching me things you don't even know?
Well, no, I'm not teaching you the definition of the actual word. I'm teaching you the definition of the saying. Right?
No, because
is
words,
all-encompassing.
words have meaning. So
Very demure, very
means...
mindful.
Okay, what's the question? What's demure? Shy.
It's to refer to being kind of modest, respectful, and humble.
Is that a trend now?
Yeah.
I don't hate it. That's a nice trend.
Being demure and mindful.
Yeah.
All right, well,
being...
you kind of got that one. You got
being
half.
a bit more humble is it? I think it's a good thing on the internet.
We'll give you a half point. That's already gone, though. We're not doing that anymore.
What do you mean?
With that trend, it's come and gone.
How long did it... What, we didn't...
week.
We didn't like being modest and a bit shy.
No, we're done. We kind of started with...
That's the only one I wish kind of stuck.
No, the one that's stuck, that's kind of come back, I think, is Brat Summer. So we've gone from Brat Summer to very demure and mindful. Now we're back in Brat Summer.
Why?
Which brings me to our next question. What is Brat Summer?
I don't know, doing whatever the F you want and stuffing everyone else.
Sort of, yeah. It's like feral party girl energy. That's what Brat Summer is.
Why do people want... I'm confused.
I don't know.
Demure, I was like, that's really nice. That's actually cool. I'm really glad that's a message being pushed, to be a bit more mindful. And then, that, Brat Girl Summer, that's come back. That's a hot topic. Why would you want to be a rat to people?
Yeah. Look, I'm not making them up, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you.
Yeah, but I'm asking
But
you.
everyone's
why,
having a Brat Summer.
All these videos that you're watching, yeah, but what does that relate to? Like, is that how they treat people? Is that just like smooching as many boys as possible?
Yeah, I think it's more just
what
like...
is Brat
I think
Summer?
it's like just embrace your wild side.
Or like not cleaning your room when your parents ask you.
Probably.
Like, embracing your wild side.
Yeah.
Example?
Well, yeah, being feral party girl.
Wait, that's the only wild side someone can have. Not like, oh my God, I'm going to quit my job and travel. It has to be like
That's
party
a bit
and
more,
be a rat.
That's a bit more composed. This is like you've lost a shoe on a night out vibes, I reckon.
Wait, so it's a trend where you're encouraging people to lose items of clothing so you can say, I had a brat girl night last night.
I think we have a brat girl night. Brat Summer. Yeah. Well, yeah. Don't look at me like I'm the one who's setting the precedent.
Yeah, but it hurts my soul that your algorithm teaches you these things.
I agree.
That is actually worse than brain rot.
It's pretty rotty.
And it's also teaching you incorrect definitions of words. So that's also upsetting me a little bit. Because if you tell Fletcher one day that something is not the definition that it actually is, that will upset me.
That's just my bad. That was a guess.
Sure.
That was a gander in the dark.
A lot of good research into these ones.
Let's move on into the next one. What is mewing?
The only Mew I know was a character in Pokemon called Mewtwo. So mewing, I don't know. You look like a little alien. Is it? I don't know if you're ugly.
Mewing is a technique for flattening your tongue against the roof of your mouth that's supposed to change your jawline and face shape. So typically, if you see a guy who looks like he's kind of tensing his jaw and like giving eyes to a camera or something, that's mewing.
What?
I would say it's like the modern Zoolander face.
Do you know, actually, I thought the funniest thing, I always used to, I don't know why I got these videos. I used to get these videos in my algorithm, which was like dudes, sometimes like 2 or 3 looking at a camera, just looking at a camera.
2 or 3 dudes or 2 or 3 years old?
2 or 3 dudes,
okay.
Like obviously mates.
Yeah.
That, they're, I don't know, conventionally handsome, I would say.
Sure.
And they're like looking into the camera just with like music, and then they just lick their lips.
Wow.
And then it would be like stitched with some like hick American cowboy that like just taking the piss with it. And is that attractive to women? Like when lads do this, they go.
I would call that
it was horrible.
Lubricated mewing.
Yeah, I'm saying, is that like, are they doing
To
that
me,
because that's something that
sweetheart,
women
that's
find
not in my
attractive?
algorithm. That's in yours. You
No,
got to ask yourself why they're
The
popping up.
question is that what women are finding attractive? Men licking their lips, like as in pretending
No.
like they're about to, I don't know, snack on you or something.
I find those videos that are a bit too curated quite unappealing. You know, where men are trying too hard to be really good looking in the video. Does that make sense?
Sure. I feel like it's something you don't really have to try, right? You either are or you're not.
Yeah, but like if you're looking at a camera and giving the camera eyes and licking your lips, like no, that feels a bit icky.
Yeah, it's like what a dog does before it eats.
Right.
Yeah, it's...
It does.
But good to know that you don't think it's attractive. So lads, you're hearing that, just stop doing it.
There are some similarities there. All right, the next one is you probably get this. Oof.
Why didn't you do some ones that I wouldn't get?
You haven't gotten half of them, mate.
Oh.
What's an oof?
Like, oof. Like,
Oof, yeah, oof.
like, oof. Like, oh, I say that when I hit my knee on something. What do you mean? Like, give me how is it said, like, in this trend?
Oof. Like that.
I don't know, like, maybe that's what you'd say if you saw someone that was hot or something.
You kind of got it
Oof.
already a little bit. I did say you might get it. A sound that
Like, if you
represents
hit your knee on something.
a sound that represents the air being knocked out of it. Popular in Roblox.
How did I get that? I didn't say anything
You
about...
said like if you hit your knee, you might say it. Oof.
Wait, you're asking me about noises that I make if you maybe get hurt.
But they've become trends, sweetheart.
These are not trends.
They are though.
Oh my God.
Locke's going through it, guys.
Yeah, I'm going through it. This is horrible. Internet.
Okay, we're moving on to the next one.
Imagine we thought, you know, back in the day, the 60s, the 50s, the 2020s, they're going to have flying cars, they're going to be doing all this. And now we got kids mewing and licking their lips on cameras and sending it out to the world. Like, honestly, it is the downfall of civilization. It's starting. It started.
I don't disagree, but it's funny.
It's not funny.
Oh.
It's sad. I promise you, Fletcher is not licking any lips or doing any brat boy summers. Trust me. That guy, no way.
Fletcher can do whatever he wants. He's his own person.
That is
But I will not be encouraging Brat Feral Fletch Summer.
All right, so he can't do whatever he wants.
No, it's not encouraged. But at the end of the day, he is his own person. We don't own him.
Yeah, we're allowed to mold him into a direction.
You can do your
and
damn
the
best, but
person
I'm
that you
sure a
want him
lot
to
of people
be.
will come around and say that molding a child is not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah, sure. All right, start licking your lips, Fletch, on camera.
Okay, we're moving on. When would you use, oh, that's not?
When I was trying to say something that, what do you mean? Oh, that's...
Oh, that's not.
If you were like, let's go get Italian for dinner, I'd be like, oh, that's not really what I feel like. What do you mean?
I mean, in
Can you be a bit
proper
more
terms.
emotive in your like, how would you say it in a video or trend so I understand it a bit better?
Okay.
You're just sort of saying, oh, that's not in a monotone. It doesn't really...
Well, it's not really, it's more left in the comment section. Oh, that's not.
Not
When
good?
would someone use that? Like, that's the whole sentence.
Oh, so we're not even talking in full sentences now.
That's the whole sentence. Oh, that's not.
Oh, that's not... Like, that's not good or that's not right?
Pretty much.
Like, did you see it?
It's like if someone's created a piece of content they've thought they're doing something that's going to appeal to an audience in one way and it comes across another way, someone might comment and say, oh, that's not.
But why don't they just finish the sentence?
That's just how it is.
Instead of like guessing on it, you just tell them exactly what they're not.
Why
Like,
do you think I have the answers?
Like, oh, that's not good content, or oh, that's not how you're meant to ride a skateboard, or oh, that's not probably the right amount of food to eat.
That's what slang is, honey.
It's such
You've got to be cool, man. We're parents
oh my
now.
gosh.
You can't be lame
I'm
parent.
fine not knowing these things.
I'm going to be
I feel dumber doing this
skibbity
episode.
mewing with Fletch when he's old enough and needs a cool parent around, and you can be the lame parent.
I'm fine with that, trust me.
Okay. We're moving on. This might be the last one. What is I stan?
Like, is there a D at the end? I can't.
No, I stan. S-T-A-N. When you stan, what are you doing?
When I stand, I'm watching Yellowstone or something. What do you mean? I stand. That's not a...
It took me
What do you mean,
second.
what am I doing when I stand?
That's a cheeky stand plug.
They're not words.
What is I stan? What would you use that for?
I stand. if I was the platform of Stan, speaking about myself.
Okay,
I
just
don't know.
ignore the platform Stan. It's not about it's not about
Stan.
streaming platform Stan and Yellowstone.
I don't know. Well, I wouldn't have a clue. I stan.
I stan is what you say when you kind of approve of something. You agree, you approve.
Why do we need new language for things that already exist?
I don't know. Just go with it.
Like, why couldn't they just write hell yeah?
Oh my God. That's why.
What do you mean?
Hell yeah. Who says that still?
Wait. So
Coming from a guy who said YOLO
instead
lately.
of writing something to really show that you approve and you like, you're going to write something that means nothing.
I stan.
Does it mean like I stand with you, like with this message?
It could. But it's just I stan. That's it. That's all you write.
Oh, okay. Awesome. This honestly...
People often stan like a celebrity couple.
Wait, so if it comes out like, oh, these two people are dating,
Yeah.
people go, I stand.
Yeah.
Do you know what? They don't care if you stand, so who cares? No one cares about if you're okay with them dating. So.
Guys, that brings us to the end of this segment. I had a lot of fun. Locke looks like he's traumatized.
I honestly feel dumber, and it's like a natural contraceptive for using these apps. If that's what I'm going to be fed, I'm going to stay off them.
Yeah. I'm going to keep going.
Holy moly. Hi guys, in true Mad About You fashion, ending with an Ask Mum and Dad. Now this one is a little bit lengthy, so bear with me, but definitely something that I'm sure plenty of women encounter in their relationship. So it says, I have been engaged to my partner for over a year and a half now, and we're currently planning our wedding, which will be early next year. Before getting engaged, we'd spoken about the do's and don'ts for when he's ready to propose. I made it clear to him that the look and style of the ring mattered more to me than anything. As long as the ring was of good quality and that the style that I want, I didn't care whether it was real or an 18-karat gold diamond ring. That's pretty cool. She doesn't even care if it's real. He lucked out with her. I made it clear that because I have quite large hands and long fingers for a girl, I would really like the ring to be a certain size so that it suited me, but as long as it's good quality material that will last me forever, especially because he was going to be spending a large amount of money on it. We even went and tried on a few rings and we got the style and size down. That's crazy.
Oh, great.
I didn't know that was a thing that people went and... I thought it was meant to be like a surprise in
No, a
engagement.
lot of people do that. When they know that they're going to get engaged, they'll
I literally didn't know that
shop
was a thing.
around together, yeah.
I thought the whole point was like it's a surprise.
Yeah. But you know. When you know, you know. Like I knew.
Yeah,
I knew
but
you were
that
gonna
saying's
do
for
it.
the guy, right? When you know, you know.
Yeah.
And then you surprise your partner with...
But surely to some degree you'd hope that they would be on board with that before you do it.
Well, I mean, I think the safer way to do it is just what you did, which is just send me photos of rings all the time.
Well, she essentially did that, but in person.
Yeah, crazy. All right. I mentioned to him that he needs to make sure my nails were done on the day.
Okay.
I can be quite oblivious, so he could have put anyone up to the job and I wouldn't have had a clue about what was going on. All right. Anyway, fast forward a few months later, he proposed. I was very happy in the moment and very surprised because even though I knew it was coming, he still managed to surprise me. All right.
Good on him.
That's solved then. As soon as he opens the ring box, I absolutely was taken back. I didn't really like the ring. Oh. Yikes.
Oh, no, but they decided on it together.
No, she said they went and tried some on. They didn't decide on it
But she
together.
said this one, good.
Yeah, okay. He's stuffed up there. Not only did I not like the ring, but my nails were, I kid you not, I had nail polish that was coming off on some nails.
Oh.
I was sweating and in my activewear and just felt gross.
Oh.
It was the complete opposite of what we discussed. But I was so happy I didn't let it affect me in the moment, so I pushed that feeling away.
Well, then that's how he surprised her.
Exactly.
It's because he's done it knowing that she would never imagine it would happen at that point.
Yeah, but let me tell you, from how she's speaking, I think that secretly she's not too happy. Okay, it says, after he proposed, I thought he had booked a celebratory dinner or had something romantic planned, but he didn't. I went ahead and booked a dinner, but because it was so last minute, because he didn't plan anything, a lot of the places we both like were booked out. I felt so disappointed because I'm such a romantic person and he knows this and I've always wanted this day to be so special. It's like once I said yes, he thought his job was done. Yeah, I mean, I kind of
Is that
understand
it?
that.
That's finished?
No, it's not. But I'm saying like I can understand how that would be disappointing when... You know, it's like you have this moment and then you want it to continue for as long as possible, which, you know, we did on our day, which was very, very special. We got to, enjoy it with family for a few extra hours
Especially
afterwards.
if you've made it clear what you like, yeah.
Yeah, so, I do feel for you there. Yeah, I can understand how that would be disappointing. So it says, so a few months ago, this feeling was really starting to impact me bad. So I thought maybe I should try and just be honest with him. I mean, this is the ring that I will have with me for the rest of my life. And I've really given it enough time that I've tried to really like it, but I know that I don't. Yikes. I knew telling him would probably break his heart, which I wasn't looking forward to, but in our relationship, we made a promise to even have the hardest conversations with each other. Anyway, I sat him down and I told him about the ring and also how I felt about the day in general. I could tell that he was so heartbroken. I hated myself for making him feel like that. He did say that he was disappointed that I didn't like the ring and suggested that the only thing to do would be to sell the ring and get some money back so that we could then buy the ring that I want, but you could tell he wasn't happy about it. I felt so horrible, so I said to forget about it because although the ring he bought me makes me feel some type of way, it does hold sentimental value to it because it's the ring that he picked for me and proposed to me with. All right, she's really done a 180 there. I think once you open that can of worms, you can't just say, "Oh, don't worry about it."
Yeah, you've got to kind of.
Once you've cracked that egg,
Yeah.
it's not going back in the shell. I hate to tell you. All right, it says I've gone back to the place he bought the ring, and they can't swap the ring. I probably sound like a really horrible person, but it's how I feel, and I really have done a lot to see the positive in the proposal. But a year and a half later, I still feel like this. I feel so horrible even writing this. But one thing I would like to make clear is that I love my partner with all my heart. He's a bit oblivious like a lot of guys, all right, cheeky dig, but he does love and care about me so much. So now my partner knows I don't like the ring even. I know I broke his heart telling him how I feel, so now I just don't know what to do. What is your advice? Please be brutally honest.
That's really tough.
Holy moly.
That's a really tough one.
Let me just say, she also holds the world record for longest Ask Mum or Dad question.
I love it. I love detail because we always have questions at the end.
Yeah, we do. Hit me.
I don't have any questions now. I feel for her because when you imagine something one way for your whole life, which a lot of women do when it is kind of surrounding this moment, and it doesn't happen the way that you imagine and the way that you make clear that it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's probably the main shame.
Yes.
Is that you told him exactly what you wanted and he didn't
Yeah.
follow the blueprint, which would have been an easy win.
I know a lot of women don't like public proposals, so that's very fair. You want the moment to be intimate. But I totally understand her disappointment, not only for the proposal but for the ring as well. That's really hard. Like, it's on your hand, you're looking at it every day, you've got it for the rest of your life, you want it to be something that you love, of course, and you would hope that after going ring shopping with your partner and telling them exactly what you like, that they would then go and get that, right? Like, I told you what I liked, you didn't go and get me something completely different. And if you did, I would probably, like, I don't wear a lot of silver. If you got me a silver ring, I'd kind of go, what, why would you?
Yeah, it definitely helped that you told me exactly what you wanted, and in the months that it changed, you'd update me. That was very helpful.
Yeah, so I really feel for this person. The thing is, you've had the chat. It obviously didn't. I mean, the thing is with that chat,
Yeah, where do you want it to go?
Exactly. That's the difficult part. There's no real solution there. It's not like he's going to come out and go, okay, I'll buy a whole new ring and we'll just redo the proposal. You can't go back in time because that moment.
But I think once she opened that can of worms, it's like she even would have, like it says, she told him that she wasn't happy with the day in general. So it's not only the ring. But I don't know.
I think I would, if I was her, I would kind of then expect him to kind of make up for it then.
What? In what way?
Take me out to dinner or something. Make
then
me
the
feel
problem
special
solved.
again. No, it would help for sure. Yeah.
I think it's fine for her. Like, as you said, it's on your hand for the rest of your life. You want to look at and love it. And that was a beautiful thing that when we proposed, you literally couldn't stop looking at your hand, and that
I still look at it all the time.
It brings you a lot of joy, and that's really nice to see. And I can't actually imagine if you hated your ring. That would suck. So I'm sure deep down he'd probably want to resolve this issue, but it also is a bit of a kick in the teeth because he's probably trying to do something romantic and you often want to do something for your partner without them telling you because you think if they tell you perhaps it means less. But I don't know, maybe you could discuss with him like getting it recreated into a way that you like. So whether that's like the setting or the color, or if you need to add a stone to it or whatever it may be, you don't need to change everything that he's done, but perhaps you can recreate it so it's still the same rock that he got, but in a different setting that you like.
There's definitely ways to finesse the ring, but you can't take back the day. That's the hard part. Like, that's what's, I think that would be really disappointing, is you want the day to be really special and it's this memory that you have, but you can't change that memory.
Yeah. Also, speaking from the male perspective on this, like when she said that he did it but didn't have anything planned afterwards, I can understand how you would get so caught up in the proposal and the moment, because when I was planning what to do with you, I literally couldn't sleep the night before. Like I was so anxious, even though you've spoke about getting married with this person, they've sent you rings, they're going to look at it, love it, accept it. You still want everything to go smoothly and well, and you don't want to ruin the surprise. So I understand perhaps he was so caught up in anxiety around this moment that he was blinded by it, and after the fact, he hadn't thought about after. It was just get to that moment, get the yes, and then we'll deal with things from there. So I get that as well, which is a shame.
You have a lot of time to plan and prepare, and like you thought about the after. You got our families together. That was really beautiful. We had a really nice day, and you organised a dinner as well.
Yeah, but okay, sure, but I would also say I'm I don't know, maybe a little bit of a romantic. Not everyone is that way inclined. You know what I mean? So like, it was important to me to make it special for you, but perhaps this guy it was important for him to, secure his bride to be, and that was it. And like maybe he doesn't have the romantic bone that he.
But I keep coming back to the fact that she kind of explained everything to him.
Yeah, he had the blueprint. It was silly not to follow it. I'm not saying that.
I think what you need to do in this scenario, because you've obviously already made it known, and it sounds like it hasn't really been resolved even after that conversation, is you need to kind of ask yourself what you need in order to make yourself feel better about this scenario, and then perhaps relay that to him.
Sure.
Hey, I'd really like I know it's belated and I know we're getting married soon, but let's go to dinner together to celebrate our engagement in a way that I kind of saw us doing so to begin with. Or, yes, I'd really like to go and have my ring kind of changed into a way that I would appreciate it a bit more. I don't know if it's the wrong color or something. Go wrap it in gold leaf or something, or have it, I don't know, dipped in silver. I don't know how this stuff works. But I think, you need to clarify with yourself what that is, what that looks like, and then have that conversation with him and just be really clear with what outcome you'd like. Not leave the outcome in his hands, because he's just going to feel, he's going to start feeling like you're attacking him, and he'll probably get defensive and it'll turn into an argument. So,
well, it sounds like you just need to help him get over the finish line, because you sort of told him before and he didn't get there himself. So no harm in telling him now. And once you've opened this can of worms, he's not going to stop thinking about it either. Like if Jad told me something like this, for example, like it would just fester in my mind until it was solved. So if she hated it, I would hate to see it on her hands. So, he's probably feeling a certain way about it as well, and probably wants you to feel better about it and rectify the day a little bit. So I mean, now that you've started having this conversation, you might as well get to the end of it and just honestly just tell him what you want. And you guys are still getting married, and we always say honesty is the best policy. So just tell him what you want and work towards getting that together now. And I think that's a nice idea, going and having that celebratory dinner, no matter how late it is, and then fix that ring up and get it to the point where you can't take your eyes off it, because that's a nice feeling, not only for you but for him to see you look at the ring like that. Will I'm sure it'll alleviate the feelings he had before if he sees you in love with the ring that he half made or designed for you. Yeah,
and if it's still sentimental and you want to keep part of the ring, you can do that by just kind of changing it up a little bit. Victoria Beckham's had like 7 engagement rings, I think.
To same dude?
Yeah. She just keeps switching them out.
Are they not married yet?
No, they're married. She just changes the ring.
Oh. Well, this guy probably not, one of the most well-known athletes on the planet, so probably doesn't have that much cashola to burn. But
the point is, you can do whatever you want with the ring, and I think the sooner the better, because then, it'll be with you for the rest of your life.
All right. You heard it, guys. I mean, not guys, that's just the lady that's written in. But yeah, I mean, that was as brutally honest as we can be. And I think you guys are on the right track, and,
good luck to you. Hope your wedding's everything you imagined and more.
Yeah, and just tell him what you want with the wedding, because you don't want that day being stuffed up. So
you take that into your hands. Maybe.
All the best, guys, and thank you again. We appreciate every time you tune into the pod. It means a lot to us. We love having you, and without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. So. And please leave a lovely review, because if you don't, Locke will cry. He cries. I've seen it. He reads the reviews and he cries. Sorry about her, guys. We'll see you next week.
I think I said gyat wrong and I said it a million times.